But then all of a sudden, when it comes to coming to court, they make it sound like they have to walk by foot from here to Juneau, Alaska. And I'm going to tell you, you guys play this game with me again, I will not take this under HIDA. I can decide I don't want to do it. I will decide not to do it. But she can speak English, and she knew about it, and she didn't show up. You didn't bother saying to the co-defendant, hey, we got to go to court today. No respect. What is going on? You got interpreters showing up and people not showing up. I don't get it. What day did you set for that, Heather? You got to show up in court when you get a case. This doesn't show up when you feel like it. We're not at a restaurant.
Approaching. Now state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Stephanie.
Okay, can you give me 1 second to get my bearings on this?
Yes, you
I read all these this morning, but I just want to double check one thing because as I recall it, there was quite a, I could be wrong, but I thought there was quite a lot of money involved in this retail fraud. Yes. So she's basically, and Mr. Crawford, I don't remember, forgive me. Were you the lawyer representing this gentleman that was with her that day or somebody else?
I represented the both of them at the last hearing, yes. You adjourned it because they needed an interpreter.
Why wasn't she here on March the 18th? Why weren't you here?
Your Honor, my client doesn't have a driver's license, have access to a car, so she's kind of beholden to.
Well, he told me he didn't know about it. That's what he said to his interpreter today. But she can speak English, and she knew about it, and she didn't show up. You didn't bother saying to the co-defendant, hey, we got to go to court today?
So he had to work, and then he left.
Well, that isn't good. So that means, just so everybody knows, I had an interpreter here. I had an interpreter here on March the 18th. I don't begrudge them, but they make a lot of money. And guess who gets to pay for it? The taxpayers. Okay, and that's fine. Not when you don't show up. Not when you don't show up.
Just want to remind the court, she had no independent way of getting here. She totally understand from the court.
Listen.
But her awareness.
Yeah. Call in the prosecutor, Sadie 249. I get so tired of hearing I don't have rides. I get so tired of hearing that too. I mean, all I know is somehow, some way, in the date of this offense, she got a ride to Target, which is right down the road here, to commit a retail fraud. But then all of a sudden, when it comes to coming to court, they make it sound like they have to walk by foot from here to Juneau, Alaska. I mean, come on. I don't want to hear this didn't have a ride. Do you work?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I work 2 days a week.
What do you do?
Substitute teacher.
Yeah, right. How do you get to work?
You do the tasting.
Well, why didn't he take you this day?
Because he's off.
On March 18th?
He's off Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday. Only. So I go to work those days.
So it was a work conflict. He couldn't get the day off of work.
She gets over to Detroit to go to work. She lives in Dearborn.
And so his days off though, but so important.
He's 5 minutes away to Detroit from the place where I'm at.
All I know, I'm going back to this because all of a sudden everybody's so concerned about rides. I'm so sick of hearing about rides. can't make it there. People don't have to come to work. Or people don't have to miss work. All I know is if somebody's charged in this court, they live here, they work here, or they got a ride here, but they definitely committed a crime here. And if they can get to this jurisdiction to commit a crime, they can get here to come to court. Your name?
William Yurick, on behalf of the city of Winnehaven, Your Honor.
Dude, can I ask a question?
Your Honor,
There was substantial amounts of money here that were stolen. It said over 2 occasions and, or value of items, $800 and some dollars. Did Target ever request any restitution? I didn't see.
we did not get a specific, Your Honor, so at this point, the people do not indicate any specific amount of restitution requested.
I have a good mind not to sentence you today. You guys don't get to miss court. Forgive me, counsel, this is her husband or not?
Yes,
So it's her husband. He tells me he didn't know. She says she knew, but she couldn't get a ride. That he had to go to work and nobody bothered calling the court and telling us so that an interpreter had to appear, right? I wrote down when she didn't appear, just so you know, and this is why I'm going on so long. Revoke HIDA status when she appears for sentence. When you didn't show up on March 18. Maybe I don't want to take it under HIDA anymore. They give you a break like that. And then you just act so aloof, like I don't care if the court had to pay the interpreter $180 or $200 for the interpreter to drive here, sit here, wait here for us, knowing we weren't going to appear. Here's what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you, you guys play this game with me again, I will not take this under HIDA. I can decide I don't want to do it. I will decide not to do it. When did I set his pretrial for Mr. Al Jalam? I'm sorry, Mr. I forget.
No, right.
Yeah, Riyesh. When did I set his pretrial? For April 29th? If you guys don't show up, I will not take this under HIDA. I will issue warrants, and when you walk back in, you will be sitting in jail until I get around to doing it. You know, no respect. What is going on? You got interpreters showing up and people not showing up. I don't get it. What day did you set for that, Heather? April
For
29th.
which one?
Riyashi, is that set for April 29th, the sentencing on him?
Yes, Judge.
At 8:30, right?
I believe so. Let me check that real quick.
Or is that a
I'm
pre-trial?
sure it probably.
Well,
let me
let's do hers April 29th at 8:30. We're gonna reschedule this. The interpreter's coming and everybody will be happy if they show up. But don't play this game with me. Go down the hall, get your notice. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you. Johnson, Shanice Rita Mae Johnson, 267-840-548. How you doing, ma'am? Your name? So they're going to dismiss the original charge of parental responsibility. You are going to plead responsible to public nuisance, true? To that charge, responsible or not responsible? You plead responsible, that's a civil infraction. It's not a misdemeanor. To the charge of public nuisance, how do you plead? Responsible? I'll accept the plea. You're gonna get that child to school, right? Yeah, you gotta get him.
He has an art condition that we didn't know about.
Well, I mean, look, if he's not getting to school because you're taking him to doctor's appointments, that's one thing.
He was home throwing up because he was a state wrestler. So after practices, he'd get really sick. We didn't know why.
Well, wait a second. Wait a minute. Slow down. I don't want you to get all upset here. If the child is not going to school because the child is throwing up, to wit, sick, there's no basis for anybody to be charging you with parental responsibility. violations. I mean, I don't even want to see a plea to a civil infraction if that's what's happened. Now, listen to me very carefully. You're crying, you're upset. I don't want you to be. I happen to think it's so important for kids to go to school, though, right? We all know that because they can't get through school if they don't go, and we need them to get through high school and go somewhere else if they can or want or whatever you, trade school, whatnot. But if you only didn't take your kid to school because he was throwing up, and that was the overwhelming majority of the times, I don't even want you pleading to this. I really don't. There's no justice there. Nobody says you can't keep your child home if he's throwing up because he's got a heart condition. The law, as they say, is not an ass. So if you want, if that's really what happened,
Is-
call in the prosecutor. Did you tell the prosecutor this? Are you lying to me?
Medical records. I mean,
Did you show him the medical records?
the school.
All right, just bear with me.
Yes.
Just bear with me. How many days did your child miss?
So,
Well, give me a roundabout number.
40. I don't 15 is I think when I called, so.
And it's 20 since the beginning of the school year in August, late August, or
Yeah.
yes? And you think those are attributable to his medical condition?
He was in sports, and so after practice he would get sick, and then the next day he'd be sick. And I just thought he was catching viruses from people, since around a bunch of kids.
Your name?
William here, I have the city of Woodhaven, Your Honor.
Is this our last case?
Other than bench warrants or show causes, it is from.
So listen, did you look at her medical records of her son? She's telling me that the only reason, and I'm not saying she's right, but I tend to believe it, is the only reason her kid wasn't going to school is he has a heart condition. He'd go to practice for wrestling. He'd work work out, whatever. And then the next day he'd feel sick and she thought it was attributable to viruses and he was throwing up.
And it turned out to be cardiomyopathy.
So is that but do you have evidence that that isn't true or that doesn't make up the overwhelming bulk of the absences?
I don't have any countervailing evidence, Your Honor, but that was part and parcel of why the people chose to decriminalize the.
I know, but you've decriminalized them from everybody, frankly, right? I'm just saying.
Not always, but yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I had about 7 of these today, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. And all of them were reduced to public nuisance. All I'm saying to you is if that's the basis for this lady, I don't want her to plead the public nuisance if she's not guilty of anything, whether that's a civil infraction or not. So I'm going to ask you to go take a couple minutes, look at the medical records, assuming you're ready to provide them to them.
Yeah.
And you see if it verifies that. And if it doesn't, fine, then I'll take the plea. If it does, then I'm going to ask you to consider dismissing. Fair?
Well, do you have that with you?
It's on my phone, it's just like the my chart.
Your Honor, could we just take a moment here? I don't even know why we need to excuse ourselves.
Go ahead.
If that's okay.
Go ahead. I'll tell you what. I'm going to ask everybody to refrain from saying anything to me. I'm just going to go off the record and sit here and you guys take your time.
Well,
You're at the mercy of the other courts.
our plea agreement here hinges upon the other courts resolving their matters. I can't get the prosecutor to move in the direction that I want without these other matters being closed. And one of them is.
Well, he's
the
gonna
matter's still open when it's not.
Okay, listen, I'll take the waiver.
Thank you.
We'll set it for a bench on May the 8th. I might set it earlier by a couple of days.
I don't even think I can do maybe, Your Honor.
Well, listen, I'm not adjourning this again. I'm telling you, I'm not adjourning this again. I'm just not doing it. You know, look, let me let you in on a secret, counsel. My constituents are my number one boss. Number two is the Supreme Court. And they tell me I'm supposed to have 98% of these cases done within 91 days. They didn't write me and ask my opinion whether or not that was enough time. And I'm just telling you, this case is over in 91 days when I go to May 8th. I'm not adjourning it again. I will not adjourn this again. I told you that before. I wrote in big letters, no more adjournments. That was on April 1.
So I wasn't here April 1, Your Honor. I had somebody stand in my,
I don't care.
in my place.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm not adjourning this case.
okay.
So if you want to, I can set it for a bench trial on the Woodhaven docket preceding that. Or I'll keep it on for May the 8th. And we can
May
have,
the 8th is the furthest we can go. We'll take
it's the
that.
furthest we can go.
No, that's, I mean, that's.
All right.
Hands are tied.
All right, so sir, you understand you have the constitutional right to a jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand 6 people would be impaneled right over there, and all 6 would have to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in order for you to be convicted. By waiving your right to a jury trial, I will be the one who will solely decide your guilt or innocence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You still wish to waive your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to do that? I love those looks you're giving me. Is that what you want to do, is waive your right to a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor. It doesn't seem like it's too harsh of like they don't have big charges there. Rather,
What's the question you're asking?
I don't know what you're asking. These are not big charges?
yeah, just
Your lawyer will talk to you about all that if you want to
You
talk to him.
already know what the allegations are. Do you want to have a jury trial or not? That's kind of, this is where we're going with it. You already know what the game plan is. You want to keep it,
the jury trial.
you want to waive, or you want to keep the jury trial?
Waive them.
All right,
All right, so you wish to give up your right to a trial by jury?
sure.
Anybody force you to do that?
Oh.
And that is your signature here on this document, entitled waiver of trial by jury and election be tried without jury, correct? All right, I'll accept the waiver. Now, so I don't want to bring in the prosecutor on May the 8th, to tell you the truth. When does Woodhaven have a docket that week?
I'm sorry, which week was that, Judge?
It's the week of May the 4th.
We have, that would be Judge Hessen's Woodhaven docket on that week.
I'm setting this for, call him Mr. Urick.
Sir. Jerking.
What's he get? Let me talk to the prosecutor when he comes in. Good morning, Mr. Urick. How are you?
We are well. How was the court today?
Not bad. Your appearance?
William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven.
So we got this. He's waiving his right to a trial by jury. I told you guys last time I wouldn't adjourn it again. I'm sorry. I'll keep my voice up. If you want, if you can get here at 8:30 in the morning on Judge Hessen's docket, which is May the 6th, right, Heather? She's working on something else. I think she said May the 6th. Then we can take care of it that day, and you don't have to come in on Friday. Is that good? Is that good with you, counsel?
6,
Yeah.
30 a.m.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't have any conflicts. If that's our only option, then I'm gonna have to make it work for it.
I'll tell you. I'm here, am I here May 13th, Heather? Yes.
Yes, you are, Judge.
Let's just make it on May the 13th,
I really appreciate that, Your Honor.
okay? And, can you do it at 8:30 in the morning that day?
Sure can, Your Honor.
So we'll set a bench trial on May the 8th. I'm sorry, May the 13th, my apologies. May the 13th at 8:30. What are you looking for him to do before you reduce this? I don't know anything about
He
this.
has yet to obtain clearances, that are showing on his driving record. And the 19th and the 36th.
Just
So
clearance?
counsel informs me he's done some due diligence, but they're still there as of April 9th. So I can only go by what,
What's he got to do?
their state informs me.
They're just tickets that he has to pay and pay the.
They're just fines, you know.
Where does your client work?
He owns a smoke shop in Ohio.
Okay. How much does he owe in tickets? Do you have any idea?
That I could not tell the court.
Probably less than a couple $100, but he said he's paid them off. I know that he's paid them off. I'm not sure why it's not reflected there.
Well, he might have paid him off, but not paid the clearance. That might be the easy resolution. You know, sometimes, I don't know their policies that if somebody's paid a ticket and they don't tell them, the clerk doesn't tell them, hey, by the way, you owe a clearance fee and the suspension's gonna stay on your record. That could be the answer to it. If he thinks he's paid them off, maybe he just did, but didn't pay his clearances.
Well,
$45 per ticket. So anyway, you guys figure it out. I'll see you back here May 13th. No adjournments, guys, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Martin, Mary Nicole Martin. Which one's yours again? Yeah, let me call that one first. Come on up here. El Riashi. Wasam Sala Quiet El Riashi, 268840752.
Good morning, Judge. Not to get here about this, we're asking.
All right. Your name again? How you doing again? You're still under oath.
Yes.
Ask him his name for me.
What's the name that he has?
I'm gonna go ahead and sign the discovery order. Does he stand mute, waive formal reading?
Yes.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. I want everybody to understand. Make sure you tell him this. I don't know what, I don't want to know. But there could be immigration consequences if he pleads guilty to this charge. I want him to understand that. So, do you understand that?
I've advised him of that, Judge.
Good enough.
I also do immigration myself, Judge. So I have advised him of his consequences.
All right, good enough. So I'll give you a pretrial date. You're going to have to fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer if you want one going forward. And I'm going to send you over to Woodhaven to get fingerprinted on this by 1 p.m. today, okay? By 1 p.m. today. So I will go ahead and sign the order for prints. I'm gonna give you, where has he been, by the way?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Where's he been? Why didn't he show up on this?
He had a hearing on the 18th of March, I believe, Judge. He said that he came in and he said he spoke to you. And then he was given today's date to come back.
No. He did, listen, tell him this. I want you to tell him what I'm telling you. Defendant failed to appear on February 18 of 26. He then appeared on March the 4th, but the clerk wrote, but confusion because of language barrier. I told the staff to get an Arabic interpreter and to reschedule the arraignment and pretrial. On March 18th, the interpreter appeared. It was a Nada Aman, but you didn't appear. Why?
Oh, I didn't focus, I didn't focus.
Didn't focus. Didn't focus on what?
Because I was sure. No, I didn't notice I had a code.
Keep your voice up for me.
I didn't notice that I had a court case.
Okay. I understand there's a language barrier. I'm gonna give you a $1,000 personal bond.
Like a person, still, below.
You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. I will give you that court date in a minute. I'm also going to order that you not have any contact with prosecution witnesses and that you not enter 23555 Allen Road in Woodhaven or any other Target store. Those are your bond conditions. So you have to go over to Woodhaven and get printed and photographed. You can't go back to that Target store or any others. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Don't miss again. I'm signing the discovery order. If you want a lawyer going forward, you're going to have to fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer. I want to move this on. This has been sitting around here for a while with all these misdates and confusion. So I will give you a pretrial date. We doing the 29th, Heather?
Yes, Judge, we can do the 29th at 9:00.
All right, so we're going to do April the 29th at 9:00. April 29th at 9:00. We're going to give you a notice down the hall. 2 weeks from today. 14 days from today. And you give them take the notice, make sure you show up by 9:00 on April 29th. If you don't, we're gonna have a problem. Okay, and we're gonna give you the order for prints. We're gonna send it over to Woodhaven. You have to go over there by 1:00. No reason to not just go now. Okay? So you fill out a petition for court appointed. I always forget that you speak some Arabic.
Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Thanks. Okay, good luck. Mary Nicole Martin, 267840484. Come on up to the podium, ma'am, and tell me your name. What's wrong? You all right? You all right?
Yeah,
Your name?
Mary Martin.
You sound like you're not excited to be here.
No. No, this is now the second time. I've been having issues with my son for over a year now.
All right, let me just arraign you. Don't say anything yet. I don't want you to incriminate yourself. You're charged with violation of parental responsibility. If you want to have a lawyer represent you, I will give you. If you like a lawyer. I'll arraign you and I'll send you to the prosecutor. It is alleged that on March 31 of 26 at 24825 Hall Road, near Van Horn and Woodhaven, that you failed to ensure the attendance of McKay, M-A-K-A, Mackay Martin. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs for all of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Sign the advice of rights and read and understand the rights.
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
I'll enter a not guilty plea. I'm going to send you to the prosecutor. Defendant's child to attend school with no unexcused absences. I'm going to send you to the prosecutor. You can talk to him, see if you guys can work it out. If you can't, we'll give you another court date. Any questions?
I was listening to you speak with the other lady about having her child come in.
Yeah, well, there's that case is over though. This is not a conviction yet, so I can't, okay? There's no conviction, so I can't really
Okay,
put the cart before the horse here, okay?
okay.
So you go out in the hallway and we'll set you up with the prosecutor, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck. Hoff, Dustin Lee Hoff, 2674-1057. How many times are we gonna, what are we doing on this one? I'm not adjourning this again, am I?
Say,
Your name?
does, how,
Same thing. Did you talk to the prosecutor today?
not yet.
Why are you in front of me? You're supposed to go talk with the prosecutor.
Yeah, let me talk to them. I'll tell you.
Okay. You're all right. You're all right. Go out in the hallway. We'll set you up.
Can I say I love you on TikTok?
Oh, geez. Come on. Take two.
You're actually here for a ring three trial, pro permit.
Yeah, but he's already been arraigned on this on February 18th.
Oh, I didn't know the docket didn't reflect that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I just go by what the docket says.
Counsel, what in the world do you have here? Mr. Eichelbaum, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Please forgive me. I have Manian Express. We were able to strike a plea, Your Honor.
Okay, when I get the file, I'll be glad to take it. I just don't have the file yet. Do we have that, something expressed?
That would maybe with the prosecutor, Judge.
Yeah, I see. Is who's the lawyer for Salamat Nasser El Jalam? Anybody?
Let me take a
Who's the
look.
lawyer for Salamat El Jalam, or his defendant just failed to appear for sentencing?
That was Mr. Crawford was on that one, so it looks like he may just failed to appear.
Well, I'll wait till Mr. Crawford comes in on that. All right, can you grab that one file for me, please? And I'll get the lawyer out of here. Brianna Marie Eccles, 6W84-20508. Did I give you a lawyer, ma'am?
Yeah, Crawford is the public.
Okay, well, I'll have to wait for him then. I'm sorry. How you doing, John?
One of those days, Judge. I don't know, some rain or something. I don't know what's going on. Seems like just one little bit.
Morning, right?
How you doing there today, Lieutenant?
Better being here than out there, right?
What's going on out there? Okay. Manion Express LLC 26W841879A and B. Good morning, counsel. Your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please the court, Radu Yakuban, P72819, on behalf of defendant Manian Express, Inc.
All right, so for purposes of arraignment, does your client stand mute, waive formal reading?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And then
Yeah.
let me just double check something here. So on behalf of your client, they're going to plead to public nuisance
Yes, Your Honor.
under section 110-106, civil infraction under the Code of Ordinances of Woodhaven. And then
Yes, Your
I'm
Honor.
going to dismiss the expired plate. And I'm also going to dismiss the no insurance. They weren't really driving around without insurance, and
No, Your Honor, they do have insurance. They did have a registration, Your Honor. The officer unfortunately typed in the wrong number, one mistype, and it came up with the wrong car.
okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that once I accept the plea to public nuisance to that charge on behalf of the client. Manion Express LLC, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to accept the plea. You guys didn't talk about fines on this, did you?
We did. It was a $200 fine, Your Honor. You can
All
check
right,
with
good
the
enough.
prosecutor.
I know he usually writes that on there, and he didn't now, so I'll take it at your word. $200, paid by April the 30, and then I'm going to go ahead and dismiss commercial plate violation as well as the no insurance. Have a great day. Take
Thank you
care.
so much, Your Honor. Good to see you.
You too. Bye now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
get the ones to find it.
Morning. Good to see you. Everything going well?
Yeah.
It's been a treacherous drive down here.
It's fine, it will well end up tail ended,
Crazy. My court officer's running around like a maniac today. Poor guy.
For me.
When I get Mr. Crawford in here, I'm gonna take Eccles and then I'm gonna call Elja.
You gonna call him?
If he's ready, I would like to do a couple of, and do hers anyway, and I think the sentencing didn't show up, but I could stand corrected on that. All right, people against. Pittaway, Donald James Pittaway. To drive, possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs or all of those penalties, and then once you plead to that, I'm gonna dismiss all the misdemeanor of suspend and the 2 civil infractions, and your conviction for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive will not be reported to the Secretary of State. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Just sign an advice of rights form today and read it and understand it. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all rights, and we're not gonna have a trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes.
To the charge, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in control of a 2019 Nissan black in color that was being operated on Allen near King and Woodhaven?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody in this world force you to plead guilty?
No.
Accept your plea to that charge. I'm going to dismiss the no proof of insurance, dismiss the equipment violation, and also the drive while suspend. You don't like to take care of tickets either. What's
She has taken care of them since she wasn't aware her license was suspended, because she spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars in these recent weeks to get those resolved. And the one outstanding matter she's taken the trial because she believes she's innocent. So she's definitely turned that corner. She's taking care of things. She's here today.
Where does she work?
Ma'am, she's not working right now. She relies upon surviving spouse benefits. But she's a limited means, Your Honor, and actively would take that consideration while she's in school, trying to better position herself.
What are you in school for?
Dental hygiene.
Kids?
2,
How old?
11 and 8.
And their father passed?
My daughter's father passed.
I'm sorry. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
100 fines, 150 costs, 75 victim choice, $50 justice assessment, 375 or 90 days. Does she have all this to pay today?
She doesn't have all today, Your Honor. She can pay $200 today, and the court would allow her to pay $100 a month starting May the 6th. It'll take care of her.
Okay, I'll do that. $200 now, 100 per month beginning May the 6th. And if you don't have the money at any time, no worries. Just call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you the extension. You can drive here on or before the due date, 8:30 in the morning. Either way, I'll be glad. Just don't ignore me, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Thank you. I wish you well. How about Hussam Ahmed Nami? 26W8420117A and B and C.
Your Honor, I feel fraud directly in this name of probity.
What's all this with nuisance? Everything's
Who's on me?
what? What are we doing on this?
Your Honor, for the purpose of the arraignment, I can't understand even what formal reading of the charge.
I got that. And then we're putting the public nuisance on the misdemeanor again, the commercial vehicle plate.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That's a civil infraction. If he pleads to that and pleads to impeding, I'm going to dismiss on motion of the prosecutor, the expired plate, insecure load, and no insurance. Sir, is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. On the A file, to the charge public nuisance, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, to the charge of on file B, I'm just gonna make it on the no insurance charge, Heather. To the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible.
Responsible.
All right, I'll accept that plea to impeding, accept the plea to public nuisance, dismiss the misdemeanor of expired plate and commercial vehicle plate, and then no insurance, and I'll dismiss the unsecured load as well. Fines and costs on the public nuisance are 200. Fines and costs on the other file, the impeding, are 185. 385 is your total. He can pay that today?
Your Honor, my client can pay, put down $100 on Monday. He can have a balance paid within 30 days.
Where does he work at?
So where are you working again?
Stone. Don't come.
Okay, pay $100 by,
Monday, the 20th, Your Honor.
yeah, by the 20th, and then you can pay the rest by May the 3rd. How's that?
Thank you.
Okay, if you need more time, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension, but it has to be honored before the due date, okay? Wish you well. Thank you. All right, let's see what I could do here. Hopped. Dustin Lee Hopped. 2678157.
Good morning, Judge. Hasn't yet, I know it's your call.
Name, sir?
Out.
He's gonna waive his right to a jury trial, true?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You have a constitutional right to a jury trial. By waiving your right to a jury, you're waiving the requirement that 6 people be impaneled, and all 6 would have to agree that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I will be the one who will solely decide your guilt or innocence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anybody force you to give up that constitutional right to a trial by jury? And you still wish to do that?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna accept we're gonna set it down for a bench trial. I mean, I can do May 20th, but I'm not adjourning it, okay? You guys are,
An attorney, May 20th, court allowed me to do both. I'm here as a arraignment attorney.
are you in front of me?
Well, I'm a regular attorney, I'm just.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't know what all the backdroppings of who does what. I just do what they tell me, okay? May the 20th, I'm fine with that. Any reason I can't have them do that, Heather? May the 20th?
May 20th, let me take a look at the calendar there.
I mean, that's my docket day though, right?
Yeah, we're open as of right now. You just have an 11 o'clock, it looks like one of those set aside hearings.
No, I think the judge was asking if I would be okay with that. I'm scheduled for arraignments that day.
Let's do it at 8:30. Is that okay, Heather? We'll make it May 20th at 8:30. I don't think. So you can go down the hall, get your notice. That's what I'll do. We'll set it for May the 30th. Do you have another one I can get out of here? So you can go down the hall, get your notice. Which other one do you have real quick?
Mr. Sensing?
Austin Lee Hewer, Sensing 267841863 A and B.
Good morning, Judge.
Sir, your name?
And you.
Stand mute, waive formal reading.
Yes, sir.
I have a driving on a suspended and driving an unregistered vehicle. I will enter a not guilty plea form. $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Not guilty pleas entered. Give him 4 weeks, will you, Heather?
That will be May 13th at 9 o'clock.
May 13th at 9 o'clock will be your court date. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You can go down the hall, get your notice. If you want a court-appointed lawyer going forward, at this point, you have to fill out a petition if you want, okay? Good luck. Thank you. Mary Nicole Martin. 267840484. Well, wait a minute, ma'am, you don't have a lawyer, right? Is Dianira Valencia here?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I see you. Come on up here real quick. Ianera Valencia, 26W84089. Come on up. Your name? You have the right to a lawyer. This is parental responsibility violation. Do you want a lawyer? You're going to represent yourself?
Yes.
On March 31 of 26, it is alleged that you did violate the parental responsibility law, that you didn't make, that you failed to ensure the regular attendance of your son. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. Do you understand them? Need your son and read and understand the advice of rights. Yes? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
I'm entering not guilty plea, $500 personal bond. John, take that one over there to Mr. Urick. You can go out in the hallway. He'll call you in. The prosecutor will. He'll talk to you. You cannot leave the state right now without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Do you understand all that? Any questions? Good luck. We'll see you back in here. Timothy Edward Newsom, 18W821475, A and B. Come on. Don't be bashful. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad. Where you been?
Seton Hall again.
A little bit everywhere
Really?
over the last 8 years, you know.
That's what I want to know. Why haven't you shown up here in 8 years? I don't want to inconvenience anybody here. I'm not sure to understand that. I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I want everybody to do things at their own pace. I'm just curious what took you so long to come in.
Back then, I wasn't responsible. I was making foolish mistakes, and then after a while, I got kicked out of the place I was staying.
Where was that?
I was living in Allen Park in an apartment, and then
You got kicked out for what? Non-payment of rent?
no, because of my significant other's brother causing problems with the neighbors. So
I don't think we need to talk about this. You know, judges don't appreciate you not coming in here for 7 years, right?
right, but
I mean, 8 years. This is actually 2018, not 19. I thought it was 19.
right, but then I moved across country,
To where?
Texas, then to Colorado, then to California.
Yeah,
back
nice-
to Colorado.
Nice little retirement run there for a while, huh?
No, it was no retirement. I just didn't have any other option. The only place I had to live was out of RV.
You have a driving on a suspended charge here, and you also are in default on a failure to stop assured clear distance charge. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I will give you one. If you want a lawyer,
No, thank you.
I'll go ahead and arraign you. I'll let you go talk to the prosecutor. The police think that you did on December the 8th of 18 operate a motor vehicle in the city of Woodhaven, County of Wayne, with a suspended license on Westner Hall at 11:23 p.m. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail costs, or all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes,
You also have a failure to stop assured clear distance, which has then gone into default, obviously. You owe, according to our records, I don't know what it is at this point. It's 370 or 80 bucks. Can you tell me, Heather? And there was a third party poster.
Judge, what was the last name? I'm sorry, I was working on someone's case that was at the
Problem.
window still.
No problem. Timothy Edward Newsom, Newsome. It's on an 18 case out of Woodhaven, file A. Last four numbers 475A.
Okay. And you're looking, he has a suspension on that one? Is that what you're looking for?
Correct.
Yep, he does have a suspension on the A and B file with those.
Yeah, I know, but how much does he owe?
He owes 374.
Including or not including?
That's including.
So you owe $329 on there, plus you owe a clearance fee. You understand?
is that a different charge than what?
It's on the failure to stop assured clear distance. You posted a bond. Somebody posted a bond for you, I suppose, is the better way to put it. It's a third, hang on. It's a third party poster. Caitlin Olive here. Is she gonna let you apply the bond on this case?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who's that?
What's that?
Yeah, I know, but what's her relationship with you?
That's the mother of my children.
She's gonna let you apply the bond?
Yeah.
All right, so, at any rate, I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. And if you tell me you still want a lawyer, or don't want a lawyer, I'm gonna just continue your bond and send you back there to talk to the prosecutor. You do understand the possible penalties on this, right? Up to 500 fines, 93 days jail costs, or all those in 2 points, right?
Right.
And you did sign and read and understand your advice of rights, true?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not gonna have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Right.
Okay, so you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer? I'm entering a not guilty plea. I'm sending both these files to the prosecutor.
I want the it was guilty plea.
Go talk to the prosecutor. Listen, the great thing about this country and this courthouse, and courthouses throughout this country are that we're gonna be a lot more fair with you than you've ever been with us. Even though you didn't show up here for 8 years, I'm still gonna be fair with you. It can't hurt you to go see what you can negotiate with the prosecutor. So you get it? Like if I was gonna be as fair as you were right now and not showing up for 8 years, I'd take your plea and probably have to send you to jail, and I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Good luck. Justice. Christina loved justice. 26W839-416.
You're in the mental health. Station after the record.
Stand justice.
What's she gonna do? Plead no contest?
Yes, you want to
Does she have any other cases that have been taken under section 771.1?
No, Your Honor, she's got a
She ever had any criminal history at all?
Your Honor.
Is that true, ma'am?
Sure.
If you plead no contest to the assault and battery charge, this is punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that? A no contest plea, can you mark that? A no contest plea has the same effect as a guilty plea. Do you understand it? I'm told the reason for a no contest plea here is because there's a possibility of civil litigation. So I'm gonna go ahead and go along with it. You understand that?
Sir.
Mr. Crawford, for purposes of arraignment, she stands mute, waives formal reading.
Correct, Your Honor.
And if you plead guilty, ma'am, I want you to understand, or no contest rather, the conviction will enter now. I'll use the police report to establish a factual basis. I'll send you for a report. You'll come back, probation will make a report and recommendation, and then I'll sentence you at a later time. Do you understand?
Yes,
You sure?
or not.
Well, I don't want you to say yes if you don't understand. I'll take your no contest plea to assault and battery. Do you understand that so far?
I understand.
Okay. And then I'll have you back for sentencing later at another time. And in the meantime, today you're gonna go over to probation after I take your plea. And you're gonna be interviewed by probation. Do you understand? They will then make a report and recommendation. But so far, I'm willing to go along with the 12 months probation under section 771.1. You understand that?
No.
All right. Do you understand all your rights? Did you read and understand the rights?
Yes, I do.
If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Counsel, do you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
Still stipulated.
She's never been printed, I don't believe, on this one. You never went over and got printed on this, did you, ma'am?
No.
All right. To the charge of assault and battery, how do you wish to plead? No contest?
Yes.
You can't just answer by nodding your head. Okay?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you, how do you plead to the charge of assault and battery?
Are you pleading no contest, ma'am?
No, I'm top. Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'll now review the report. All right, I'm satisfied.
Thank you.
There's a factual basis for the plea. Ma'am, are you on probation or parole?
No,
Has anybody forced you to plead no contest?
no.
I'm gonna accept your plea of no contest. I'm gonna take it under the provisions of section 771.1. I'm gonna order a pre-sentence report. I'm going to give you a sentence date now. You'll come back on the sentence date, and the sentence date will be on the 19th, Heather?
April 29th, Judge.
Yeah, what am I thinking? April 29th at 8:30. Do I need another one for court to school?
We do only have, I believe we only have the two. Let me look at the calendar right now. It's the
Man, would you
30th.
be willing to do something for me? I'm not gonna make an example of you. I would never do that. I had the court to school program at Trenton on April the 30th, right?
That's
Crawford,
correct.
would you be available to handle that case, Mr. Crawford, on that day? And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a little bit more embarrassing for you. You're not gonna only have 20 or 30 people here, whatever we have. I'll give you credit on that day for any, and I'm not gonna send you to jail for court work or community service, just for appearing in court that day at the Trenton High School. Will you do that for me?
Yes.
And I'll let you in on a little secret. The truth is, I'm probably a little bit easier when people acquiesce to that, okay? So I'll set this for a sentence date on April the 30th at 8:30. It's court to, what time do I have to be there again?
We started at 9 o'clock that day.
So I really would appreciate if you would get there at 8:30, okay? Then you'll have a chance to review the report with your lawyer, Mr. Crawford. You'll make a note and get there so we can start right at 9, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Trenton High School.
Trenton High School, court to school. And you'll go over for a pre-sentence report. First, you're gonna go down the hall and get your notice. Now, I do have to order some bond conditions here, though. You do have to go over there and get printed today, okay? So you have to go over to the Woodhaven Police Department. Fingerprints have to be taken by 1 p.m. today, April the 15th. You cannot have any contact at all with the victim. No contact with the victim. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with the victim, or have anybody else do any of those things for you or on your behalf. Like I said, you have to go over and get fingerprinted at the Woodhaven Police Department by 1 p.m. today, fingerprinted and photographed. You cannot possess any firearms, no firearms. You're not to possess any dangerous weapons, okay? No firearms, no dangerous weapons. Also, being as though this happened at 19900 West Road in Woodhaven, you're not to go back there. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're not to go back to 19900 West Road in the city of Woodhaven. Do you understand all the bond terms and conditions, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, you are all set. Go down the hall. We'll give you a copy of the bond sheet. We'll give you a notice date for Trenton High. Please make sure you're on time. Will you do that for me?
Yes, yes, sir.
And I'll wish you well then, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. Johnson,
Thank you.
is this yours, Mr. Crawford?
No, no, sir.
Jeez. Your name, this is Shawnee's Rita Mae Johnson, 2678-40548. Your name? You have the right to a lawyer. This is parental responsibility charge. Would you like a lawyer?
No.
I'll go ahead and arraign you and send you to the prosecutor. On March the 31 of 26, the police think that you did not have your child at 24825 Hall Road in the city of Woodhaven, that you didn't require your child to go to school. But violation of parental responsibility, March 31, 26, 10 o'clock in the morning, a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail costs, or all of those penalties. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that? Okay. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea, $500 personal bond. I'll send you to the prosecutor. You talk to the prosecutor. Either way, you're coming back in front of me, okay? You are all set. Thank you. Martin. Mary Nicole Martin, 267-840-484. So this is another public nuisance. I don't know where they're coming with these public nuisance. Your name?
Mary Martin.
You gonna send your kid to school?
I'm trying. It's a battle every day.
Why?
He's refusing to go to school.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe you can refuse to give him a cell phone or
Absolutely, things are escalating.
computers or anything like that. We could not play video games.
Absolutely.
Maybe you can ground them. Maybe you can make them write 1,000. My father used to make me write when I did stupid things. You know that? He did. I will go to school maybe 1,000 times. I don't know. Just make him go to school. He's got to go to school. If he doesn't go to school, he can't eat. He will not be able to eat 30 years from now. You follow me? Unless he marries a heart surgeon. I mean, seriously. I'll take this plea of public nuisance, but you gotta do this. You follow me? Why don't you bring him in and let me talk to him sometime? Heather, give her your number and we're gonna set up a time for me to talk to him.
Appreciate it.
How old is
He's gonna be 12.
he? Okay, good. Perfect time. You can bring him in. I'll sit here like this. We're not gonna go on record. I'm just gonna talk to him. Fair enough?
I highly appreciate it.
You get the phone number from Heather. To the charge public nuisance, responsible or not responsible.
Responsible.
Parental responsibility charge is dismissed, $200. They gotta go to school though.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out a way to make him go to school. He doesn't go to school, he doesn't graduate, he's in poverty. Can you pay that now?
No, I cannot, sir.
When can you pay it?
Can you give me like a payment plan?
Yeah, tell me how much you can pay and when.
Can I give you 100 a month?
Where do you work at?
I work at Metro Airport,
Doing what?
Leo's, Berber, in McNamara.
100 per month beginning May the 6th. How's that?
Okay, thank you.
If you don't have the money on any of your due dates, May the 6th or June the 6th, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom on or before the due date, or you can come in here and talk to me on it before the due date, okay?
Yep, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
What's this? Civil nuisance.
You said you were gonna give me information to talk.
You're gonna talk to my judicial clerk down the hall, okay?
Thank you.
Who has Marcus Windless? Jeez, I don't know who's got what anymore. Do I have all your files?
No, I've got, one back here.
Yeah, okay. Do I have all your do you have your file, counsel? What's the name on that? Letitia Duke. Have a seat right there, sir, please. Letitia Chanatel Duke, 26W839-601. All right, so this is going to be a plea. Counselor, good morning again, your appearance. The charge is actually public nuisance, right? Your name, ma'am?
Letitia Duke.
Gee. I thought he wrote all these other up with the public nuisance, and now this says civil nuisance. I don't know. John, call him in, please. All right, this is gonna be a plea to a civil infraction, right, counsel?
Yeah.
And the prosecutor is going to dismiss the parental responsibility, right? I hope everybody's taking these seriously because I sure am. Man, why hasn't your kid been going to school? What's the
The last month my car has been in and out. I was out which I bought receipts for it, and I also struggle with disability issues where my children do come home to help me at different times. I've been handicapped since 2020. I've had papers sent prior and via each year.
We have to get them to school though.
Yes.
How are we going to get them?
My
to
daughter
school?
only missed about 2.5 days per month. And
That's a lot.
And
There's only 20 school days in a month.
but in the 1 month she was perfectly fine. Another month my car has been beat down and off.
I know, we gotta figure out a way. You got a mother, father, sister, brother, friends around here? Let me ask the prosecutor, your name?
William Yerrick, I have the city.
I thought these were public nuisance violations. Am I missing something? You wrote this as civil nuisance. Is it public?
It is a civil infraction.
But it's public nuisance.
Correct. You're
Right, that's what I thought. I just wanted to
I
mark it.
apologize.
You don't have to apologize. To the charge public nuisance, you plead responsible or not responsible, ma'am?
Fine.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the original charge. You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
$200. Can you pay that today?
No, I can't.
Ma'am, listen to me. I don't know how far Charlemagne Street is from this is Patrick Henry, right?
No, this is Yates from
Yake,
Mexico.
okay. I don't know how far that is to Yake. But somehow, some way, I don't care how, that child has to get to school. I hope so, because I don't understand why anybody could ever be charged with this. These are terrible. I'm not saying you're a bad person, bad mother, or anything else, but you got to make your kid go to school. They don't want to go to school, they get punished. It's that simple. They don't get to use TVs, they don't get to use computers, cell phones, anything else. Maybe they can sit in their room. I don't know what the answer is. I know that you've got to take steps to make sure that child is going to school, or they will have no chance going forward, zero. I know that. You know that. I'm just telling you. I don't know what to say to you. If it means you got to move to an apartment right by a school that he's attending, you got to do that. Can you pay this today, or do you need time? And if so, how much?
I need a payment plan for, tax assistance, right?
Tell me how much you can pay when.
That's 4 months.
That for the next what?
It'll be 4 months, that would equal, about 6 months would equal to.
No, 8 months would equal $200.
Or we can do shorter, 6 months.
I'll do that for you. You got to promise you're going to get that kid to school, though. Right?
I,
Is the father in the life of the child?
I really need to be up. It's way you can.
They were never married. And
I tell you, I just love these guys that go out and have kids and then they have nothing to do with them. I can't even think of anything that would be worse than that, other than being a criminal and an assaulter. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. That's what's going on in our country and our society, and I'm sorry about it. I really am. If you need more time on any of these, you call the court, we'll go on Zoom, but I'm telling you. So you had a child with somebody that's not very nice, right? So I'm sorry for that. But you then have to get the child to school, okay? Have a good day. I wish you well. I really do. Good luck. Thanks, counsel. Nice to have you. It's been a while. Have a great day. Marcus Windlass. 260-841-831 A and B and C. Your name? All right, so we're gonna adjourn this one last time for a final pretrial, right?
Yeah.
You gonna have everything done by the 29th?
hopefully short, so they're gonna run around. I was trying to get it situated so I can come back and have, something to say.
Let me do this for you. I'll give you Amy. Heather, give me the following one. What is that, the 13th with Woodhaven
Yes, it is.
at 8:30? Okay? I'll give you an extra couple weeks, but you gotta be diligent because I'm not giving you any more.
I appreciate it. I've been trying to do this.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have, but
You've been like getting here this morning was hard, trying to find a ride.
I get it. I get it. So make sure you take care of that, okay? I wish you well. Good luck. Go down the hall, get your notice. Thank you. Newsom, Timothy Edward Newsom, 1-888-214-75 A and B. All right, so you're gonna plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And so the failure to stop assured clear distance and that's gonna remain there, right? Your name?
Timothy, yeah.
So you're gonna plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and he's gonna dismiss the suspend, and the other case is going to remain in full force and effect, the other judgment, true?
Yes.
All right, so if you plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, the possible penalties here are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail costs for all those, and then I'll dismiss the 93-day misdemeanor of driving while suspended. This will not get reported to the Secretary of State. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice or rights form here today? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? Like I told you before, I'll tell you again, you have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. If you want a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead? Sorry?
Guilty.
Were you in control of a 2012 Ford that was being operated on West near Hall and Woodhaven, December the 8th of 18 at 11:23 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes,
And
sir.
are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody in the world force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea to that, dismiss the suspend. Where's we've already talked about this. Is Ms. Olive, she's going to allow you to apply the bonds?
She was upset that I did say yes, because I was unsure.
Well-
And I didn't speak about it until we got into the hallway, and she did not want me to,
Well, you got a problem then.
right?
You've had 8 years to pay your fines.
Right.
You haven't paid them. So you might be going to jail today. I'm just telling you. So I understand her position. You need to understand mine. You can't do this.
Yes, I told her that I was going to. And she was,
Let's take care of the allowed licensed driver to drive first. Anything you'd like to say on the before I sentence you?
no, sir.
100 fines, 125 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment. 350 or 90 days. You will 350 or 90 days. And then on the other case, on the failure to stop, I'm sorry, Heather, you said he owed, correct me if I'm wrong, 329?
He had, sorry, let me go back to that one. It was 370, well, 374, that was with the clearance.
All right, so that makes it 329. So has she left the building?
She went to the car. None of us have been feeling well. The kids have been throwing up. So she.
How are you gonna pay this? I'm not giving you time to pay. You haven't been here in 8 years.
Right, I could give you the 370, what I put towards bond, like I agreed to.
Wait, I thought she's got to
She
actually,
was upset, but we talked about it.
well, she's gonna have to come in here and tell them. I can't just take your word for it. She's gonna have to come back into the courthouse and tell them. So you owe 329. You still have to pay the clearance fee.
This courtroom moment proves one simple truth. The court will move forward, with or without you. One by one, defendants stood in front of the judge, some ready, some confused, and some who didn't even show up for years. But the judge stayed calm and direct, explaining rights, setting dates, and making sure everyone understood what was at stake. Then came the moment that really stood out. A man who hadn't shown up to court for almost 8 years. No strong excuse, no clear reason, just time wasted. And instead of reacting with anger, the judge gave him something unexpected. Fairness, but with a warning. Because even after all that time, the court still gave him a chance to fix things the right way. The message was clear. You might delay the court, you might ignore it for years, but eventually you have to face it. And when you do, your choices decide what happens next. So here's the real question. If someone ignores court for years, should they get another chance or face strict punishment immediately? Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.